What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Orb on the Movements of the Earth, this time with episode 14. Another fantastic episode last time out, although it was quite a pain to get through, not in terms of it being bad, of course, in terms of the torture. And yeah, we did see this device at the end of the last episode. I feel like this would be much more effective in the way that I thought it could be used, but yeah, I mean, that is horrible as well. Yeah, Nowak's definitely got the right idea here, hasn't he? Of how he's torturing Oxy right now, but he's actually torturing Badani and doing this, probably even more. But yeah, do let me know what you guys think about this episode down in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you guys would like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. For real. Surely this is a sin, right? Not carrying out God's will or anything right now. He's literally just getting revenge for daughter. Oh man. Well, okay, it's gonna be a painful episode. Painful episode, isn't it? Jesus. Dude got jokered right there. I think they call it a Chelsea smile. Although I think there's a certain method to doing a Chelsea smile, right? I can't remember. All I know is I used to be a little emo. Well, I wouldn't say I used to be an emo, but I used to really like that kind of music. I still do. Still listen to quite a bit of it nowadays. Not as much, but yeah, obviously from Bring Me the Horizon. That was one of their songs. That's how I heard about what that is. But I guess, yeah, I guess the eyes is a bit of a personal one for Badani, isn't it? Our message doesn't need to be passed via word of mouth. I mean, I guess it. I guess seeing it is a lot more. We've had a lot more of that, if you know what I'm saying, throughout the series, where people look up, especially Oxy, look up at the stars, finally be able to look up at the sky. I think that means quite a bit more. And again, obviously, Badani and his incident with his eye. Tonight's sky. This is what I think sometimes in like real life, when there's like horrible criminals, people will like the death penalty for a lot of them. I'd say the death penalty for some crimes I feel like I'd be okay with, but also I feel like maybe that's not punishment enough. Maybe people need more punishment than to just die. I mean, obviously these guys don't warrant that, but like terrible criminals in the real world. Perhaps it's actually worse for them, which is better for us if they actually live and hopefully they're tortured. He actually gave in. I mean, this would have just never ended if he didn't, to be fair. I do wonder how long Nowak would have gone on just torturing these guys. It wouldn't surprise me if it would genuinely be like months. Yeah, it sounds stupid, but it's a shame there's no like photocopiers or anything in this day and age. Yep. I get that, yeah. I feel like, yeah, children much more susceptible to wanting to pull off massive things like that. But we also know how grounded kind of Raffle was and such, didn't we? He wasn't an ordinary kid. Well, I mean, this was never going to happen, but I would have loved to seen Raffle just meet pretty much everyone, to be honest. Meet Badani, meet Okji, Yolenta. I mean, he has kind of interacted with them in a sense in terms of this study, but yeah, I would love to see them like in person. Maybe like a fan service kind of special episode or something. I don't know. Again, I'm assuming this is related to Yolenta. Oh, his diary? He lost his diary, didn't he? But I thought the church people found his diary. I don't know. The passage of time. These guys about to get burnt right here. Hung. Okay. I always used to. I'm not sure if it's the same with. I do just want to pause just to check. Yeah, cool. I'm not sure if it. I think this is a thing with witches mostly, isn't it? Where they. I think have we seen? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have seen it in this show. It's been a while though. I think they burn the bodies to. Again, I think we had seen this. Yeah, they burn the bodies just to not leave any of the kind of heretical or witches remains behind in the world. They make sure it's all gone from their kind of perfect existence. I know for again, I'm pretty sure this show showed that with like early on in the opening episodes, but I know for a fact that that's the case with like witches, which obviously we know witches never existed. So yeah, I think we saw they burnt Raphael's dead body though. What we saw, didn't we? A lot of the time they'd burn them while they're alive. I mean, being hung is not a great way to die at all, but better than getting burnt alive, I think. That is awesome, isn't it? It would have been awful if there was actually nothing, because genuinely thought last episode there was nothing to hand over, but this is good. "21 Sacraments." I was gonna say no struggling whatsoever, but sometimes the drop can actually just like break your neck and kill you. Let's hope that was the case. It seems like it was. But again, they didn't struggle or anything at all. But perhaps that does say something else as well. But, oh, man, so that's those two. Fortunately, dead. We spent a lot of time with Danny and Oxy as well, didn't we? Rest in peace, man. So who the hell are we going to be following now? And rest in peace. The thing is, though, it's good. It's like, yes, they die, but they're not fully dead. Even Raphael, not like still fully dead. He's still got. Yeah, they pass on. The work's passed on, and a little part of them is alive. It's not like they're fully ever leaving. Torture people. Oh shit! He actually told her. Yep, sure is. So again, I'm super interested in what the hell Nowak's gonna fucking do in this situation now. I was interested before Badani and she died. Not sure if it's more interesting now that they are dead. I'm not sure if you were Nowak again. It's that kind of job versus like family. It's like faith versus family thing. It's like he was so pissed at them. He obviously tortured them like extra. But I don't know if that was extra, but it seemed like extra, and from a contempting place, not from a place of doing his job and doing it for his religion. More of a doing it because he's a father, doing it for his daughter. Makes you wonder now, will he be able to actually just like overlook it? Will he look at her and just see like those two every time he looks at her? Will he just see like the influence of heretics? And yeah, I'm just really interested to see what his relationship with his daughter is going to be like now, especially now that she knows and she's going to find out those two are dead. I mean, her view of him is going to change a lot as well, I think. But yeah, I do imagine Yolenta will be our kind of main character, which doesn't bode well. You kind of don't want people to be main characters in the show because, I mean, look at the track record. I say that, but again, it's like, yes, they all died, but they all had fulfilling lives by the end of it. So maybe it's not so bad. On what basis? On conjecture. The leader. Oh god. It, this is. I think this is just sexism again, right here. I don't think that's what you said there is kind of true though. I think that's true of Japan quite a lot. The stricter, more severe the kind of social plane is in Japan, the more extreme the kind of getaways for that are in anime, TV, movies, and so on. And to be fair, at least they're not given the job of doing this to Nowak. Well, maybe she's not going to be our main character. Maybe just for this episode. I just don't understand this. I don't want to pause. I will pause it. Sorry, guys. I didn't want to pause again, but I just don't understand this. I mean, so far, yes, the people that we've seen tortured have been guilty. What they're guilty of is just like nonsensical nowadays, but it's understandable back here. So yeah, that's not the point. What if she genuinely? I mean, we know that she is guilty, but imagine she actually isn't, and they do all this, and they never get anything from her. It's like you've just totally just ruined this girl. You take her teeth out, you pulled her nails out, you've tortured her for however long. You got a basis for why she might be a heretic, yeah, but you've got no evidence whatsoever. Like, how can you do this to someone that could potentially be innocent? That's another thing that I have, like, with the death penalty. Like, yes, I do kind of understand people might with the death penalty for certain things, but it's also like, what if in 20 years, because we see this a lot, what if in 20, 30 years that person ends up eventually being shown to be not guilty? I think you've got to have a ridiculous amount of evidence to actually do something like this to someone, and you can't you can't do this to someone based off what she was seen with these guys. Like, it's ridiculous, isn't it? I feel like if you do this to someone and they are innocent, you should go through the same thing, or maybe even worse, to be honest. But that's not the case, is it? I guarantee, if she says nothing here, or if she was innocent, let's say, for example, nothing would happen to these guys. They'd just be like, oh, well, I'm sorry, and then they'd move on. So one of these guys was okay with doing this. I think it was the blonde one. I think the brown haired guy kind of pulled out on that first session with Novak, didn't he? He's not cut out for this job, I don't think, that geezer. And just like that. Straight up pull the front tooth out. Jesus. Rip that shit out. Reminds me of that horrible movie Saw 3D, I think it is, or the one before that, Saw 6, I don't remember. Where he like pulls his teeth out. Yeah. Yes. Oh, I thought he was hopefully just going to stop. Ah, so they're not even. So they're actually just doing this to get a no-whack. Even worse. Even worse. Even fucking worse than what I just spoke about. Sort this out, bro. Sort this shit out, bro. He's now fucked though. As well. It's an unfortunate thing. I'm playing Resident Evil. The fucking door POVs. Because he's actually a good kid. Actually a normal human being. But honestly, he should go with her. Because he's fucked. Okay. Interesting. I'm glad that happened at the end. But yeah, ridiculous. Ridiculous that again they've got a suspicion, but that's all it is. That's what they had, a suspicion. So I guess it makes a lot more sense now that they acted upon this because they've got personal vendetta against Nowak, which is understandable. That's a guy that makes enemies, if you know what I'm saying. Even his friends are enemies. So yeah, he's that type of guy. But you got I kind of respect that in a sense as well. I respect it, but also there's some things that Nowak does that I don't respect. I feel like I say that about a lot of characters in this show. That's what makes a lot of them interesting. But again, rest in peace to Badani and Okshi. Your work and your efforts, their faith was not in vain. I was scared last episode that it would be. I guess Badani's just that good of a liar. He even got me. Yeah, honestly, I've seen, like you guys know, I've watched a lot of horror movies. I've seen some very gory and horrible stuff, but it's always the stuff like that. Just like doesn't seem as like not like too much blood or anything, but just like forcefully like removing a tooth like that. It's just horrible for anything to do with like teeth. It's quite surprised there's not too many kind of scenes I remember about teeth like that. There's a movie like The Dentist, but it's super cheesy. Even though it is really cheesy, it does have some excruciating kind of scenes like that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I was actually thinking maybe this kid might end up being like our new kind of focus. I don't think I can even say like main character at this point. Just like the focus at this point. Maybe he could be because we've seen a little bit of him before this episode, and again he struggled to actually talk to anyone. Again, I think he's just a normal person, to be honest with you. Although saying that, I think normal people also do kind of fold under pressure, especially in this kind of religious sense with this blonde kid. Like, no, I've got to. If I don't, they'll brand me as this and that. But yeah, lots of interesting stuff to think about. Again, very emotional. Badani and Okshi leaving us. Again, we've probably spent the most time with these two. So yeah, they had a massive impact on us and on the show. Done a lot. They've done a lot for the I don't even know what I say. Heliocentricism. Centralism. Yeah, heliocentralism. They've done a lot to kind of further the work and push it forward. Unfortunately, I think all that's left, as Badani said, is Okshi's kind of diary and such on it. But still, they furthered it. We'll take it, and yeah, rest in peace to those two. I do think Yolento probably will be the main character, but I do hope to see more of this kid, although I feel like he probably will get severely punished for what he just done, so maybe we won't. But yeah, do let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys would like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. No idea if there'll be an episode next week. I'm assuming there is, so until I hear anything different, I'll assume there will be. Again, thank you guys for watching, and have a good rest of your day, guys.